for Halloween, since Devil's Night's coming up, and I know that you're all anarchists, right? So that means you're anarchists in the 1989 text file sense, which means that you want to make napalm and then put it in a wheelbarrow and then grab a glob of it and set it on fire and like throw it at stuff, right? That's what anarchists are into, like anarchist cookbook anarchism. Let's go back to that for Devil's Night this Thursday. You can play some pranks on your enemies, and we all know about silly string and toilet paper and eggs. But let's revisit the nostalgic realm of Tatsi, the temple of the screaming electron, where a lot of these text files can be found under the category bad ideas. And I'm going to read a few of these now to help you with your Devil's Night and trick-or-treating preparations. I hope you find this amusing like I do. So first we have Automotive Executions by the Clayman. This one's a little bit better than some of the, because a lot of the shit that was written on Tatsi that's under bad ideas is like 13-year-old boys making shit up that won't actually work if you try it, but it's like some cool shit that they thought of. Maybe one idea out of 5 or 10 is actually good. But this guy actually kind of seems like he might have tried the things. He might have actually done all these insane, dangerous, horrible, murderous things. Automotive Executions by the Clayman. Over the years, I have seen and done some pretty nasty things to an automobile. Some of the things that I have seen suggested on this site work. Some others are lame attempts written by kids out to cause a little bit of mischief. Here are some surefire ways to ruin a mark's pride and joy. A tin of automotive paint remover poured in nice patterns and slogans on your mark's car. This stuff costs under $10 at any auto shop and will strip the paint right back to the bare metal in about 45 minutes. The problem with this stuff is once it goes into the paintwork, it starts working straight away. Trying to wash it off results in more problems. How cool is that? A tire valve remover also works wonders too. Just loosen the valve enough so it starts to hiss, then turn the valve back a quarter of a turn. When the mark drives off and hits a pothole or speed bump in the road, there will be a very good chance of blowing the tire valve into orbit. This also renders the tire uninflatable unless a new valve is inserted into the tire. This could totally kill somebody, by the way. From the outside of the vehicle, there are a number of things that can be done to make your mark's car less valuable. Some quick set super glue on an old key broken into the locks works fine, unless they have central locking. This was written a long time ago, folks. A couple of cuts with a craft knife onto the front rubber brake lines. Let that brake fluid fly. While under there, cut halfway through the fan belt too. A couple of pinholes in the radiator hose. With an adjustable spanner, loosen or remove the engine sump plug. Let the oil run free. If you can reach up far enough into the inline fuel filter, you'll find more rubber hose to pinhole. Make sure it leaks fuel back into the engine block, because when the engine's exhaust heats up, question mark. So yeah, just in case you're trying to fucking murder somebody, just cut their brake line, but just cut it a little bit. So that it fails partway into their ride. This is what they're getting at. This is how it's done, folks. All this can be done under the car without lifting the hood. It's just some friendly child mischief for the kids on Devil's Night. The only thing to ruin an exhaust pipe is a can of Expandafoam that can be bought at any hardware store for around $5. It's used in building, so to fill cracks and gaps within masonry. It's set solid in about 2 hours. So just pull the nozzle up the exhaust pipe and fill away. Result, the end line may not start or the exhaust system will blow. Don't bother with potatoes and bananas. Mythbusters blew that one right out the window. Quickset concrete in the fuel system has been known as the only thing to ruin the fuel system. Leave your sugar, bleach, and mothballs at home. They don't work. Diesel fuel into an unleaded fuel car also fouls the fuel system, but don't destroy it. Doesn't destroy it. Just remove the fuel cap and add funnel and concrete. Super glue and sand onto the windshield wipers does some really nice scratch damage to the windscreen. Another nice one is to get some tie wire and place a dead fish on top of the exhaust pipe holding or baffle, hot dog or baffle. Make sure that it's tied on tight. When your mark goes for a drive, they will start to notice a rather foul smell, and within a month, the car should have a nice pungent aroma. Crack a couple of eggs onto the vent at the back of the hood just in front of the windscreen, the air intake vent. This will foul the air conditioner in the car. This one stinks the car out really bad. Run an oily rag over the front/rear disc brakes. This sorely hinders the mark's stopping power. Once again, just in case you're trying to kill somebody. All the above actions have been tried and been very successful. I would strongly discourage any persons from attempting these acts as they do work. Plus, they can have some serious effects upon your mark, maybe even resulting in death. I cannot be held liable for any information enacted upon in this document. This information is for education and awareness purposes only. Not me, folks. Thane Riddle can be held liable because he's irresponsible. There's some tips for your devil's night. And this one's short and sweet. Stinky Bomb by Matt. I thought this one was really clever, so I decided to include it. How to make any place unenterable due to the strong odor that will fill the room. Take a can of Axe body spray and put a rubber band or tape on the button so that it sprays nonstop until it's out and will leave a strong scent throughout the room. Make sure to put it in a garbage can or hide it so no one will know where the scent is coming from. Anyone attempting to enter the room will heave and vomit from the nasty, stinky smell. This might be a 13-year-old's idea that they've never tried that they just thought sounded cool. But I kind of feel like if you managed to unload a full can of Axe body spray somewhere, it really would smell. It would be enough to probably make it unpleasant to be around there. Oh, Rayo2 says, I've heard Expando foam works well on plumbing systems too. See Sedition, Subversion, and Sabotage via Lua Pub. That's right, folks. Sedition, Subversion, and Sabotage is one of the best books we have on libertyunderattack.com. Tell them Thane sent you, folks, so that I can get 5 cents for you buying one book. Yeah, right. But it's all included in the Liberty Under Attack bundle. Go to libertyunderattack.com/SL bundle. Tell them Thane sent you. I assume it's included in the bundle, probably. And then finally, this one's really stupid, folks. I hope you like it. This isn't even a Devil's Night prank kind of thing. Well, it kind of is that, but it's about trick-or-treating. Here, I hope you like. I just thought this kid was funny. This is written by a 15-year-old kid, okay, like fucking 25 years ago or something. So enjoy. Kick-Ass Trick-or-Treating by TV Henjin. It pisses me off when people ask me, aren't you a little old to be trick-or-treating? Aren't you a little old to be considered mortal, Grandma? Now fork over your damn candy, bitch. I'll be trick-or-treating till I can legally drink. I love trick-or-treating, more so now than when I was young. I'm 15 now, and I've only passed up trick-or-treating on one Halloween. Big mistake. You know what it's like having to get up every 5 minutes and hear that god-awful twick or tweet from some little kid with his overly religious, bleeding heart liberal mom who's always either an extreme MILF or a huge fat bitch? After that horrible day of having to constantly pause my movie and get up with the only thing keeping me sane was the sight of MILFs, although that kind of made it worse because the kids kept coming faster than I could masturbate to their moms. I decided I'm no longer going to miss out on trick-or-treating. Halloween rules, but you got to know how to trick-or-treat right. First things first, if you have a costume, secure any loose parts on it because they could easily fall off while running. As for the costume, make sure your costume doesn't suck and that it's something no one else would think to be. Thinking about being a bum? Don't. Everybody's a bum. It's stupid. Even worse, a ghost. Be something like the French Taunter from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, or Alex from A Clockwork Orange. Also be prepared to get your costume stained. Second of all is your candy bag. Use a pillowcase. Everything else sucks ass. A pillowcase holds quite a lot of candy, is strong and quiet. Plastic bags suck. They're small, loud, and they break easily. Paper bags also suck. They're too big, also loud, hard to carry, and will break when you least need it. So definitely use a pillowcase. Now I'm going to talk about the shit you'll need to take with you. First, bring a knife. Make sure it's about medium-sized pocket knife, about 3-inch, 8 centimeters blade. For self-protection, no. Because what happens if you see a little kid who's trick-or-treating by himself? No moms or grown-ups are going to see him. So you and your friends hide and wait for him to come by. You stay low to the ground. When he comes by you, slash his bag, then run in, grab as much candy as you can, shove it in your bag, and haul ass. Revenge items. I'll get to those later. But one more necessity. Necessity. Bah, can't spell it. Anyhow, you don't really need it, but I carry it to get back at people who piss me off. A microcassette recorder. What's this good for? Well, if someone was a pain in the ass, record their address. And when you go home, go to whitepages.com and do reverse search with their address to get their phone number and prank call them at 3 in the morning. One of my favorites is to yell at them in a drunk voice with, "Why the hell did you give me any candy?" Now, for things to bring for revenge, the most conventional are the egg, toilet paper, and shaving cream. There's a problem with this, though. People are going to be looking for stuff like that, so I like to be creative. One of my favorites is to fill film canisters with paint. I like blue. If you never played Earthbound, don't expect to understand why. I just pop the top off and chuck them at someone's house. Paint isn't as hard to remove as yolk, but it's much more visible. A classic is to get some dry ice, put a gallon can of paint on someone's porch, put the dry ice in the paint, stick the top on, ring the doorbell, and run like hell, preferably where you can see the action. The dry ice will build up pressure, top will blow, and paint will splatter everywhere. It's hilarious. One thing that I thought up but never tried is to fill up a garbage can with water, tip it against someone's door, ring the bell, and run. I never figured out how the hell to do it because a garbage can filled with water would be pretty damn heavy. Another idea I came up with but never tried is to fill film canisters with paint combined with vinegar and have a canister filled with baking soda with you. If someone pisses you off, go to their house, take the lid off the canister quickly, put some baking soda in it, put the lid back on, put the part of their house that they least need paint on, and casually walk away. Take a few seconds to build up pressure. There's no anyway. Yeah, I think he's on to something here. This is kind of like, he's kind of talking. There's a way to make a smoke bomb that's kind of similar to this, where you put like a little. You want two chemicals to mix on impact, right? So you put one container inside another. I think he's onto something, but you might want to use something else, like a Christmas decoration or a light bulb, something that would smash on impact. I don't know. I guess he's trying to build up pressure inside. There's more. There's something here. He's onto something here. He's just trying to make a paint bomb, though. I'm sure someone's done a better job of that already. Now for the miscellaneous section, if I spelled that right. This kid's just obsessed with the film canisters of paint. Bring a watch, self-explanatory. Hide your film canisters where they won't crush and get paint all over you. Otherwise, you're busted. The good thing is the canisters aren't as fragile as eggs, which you practically have to hold. I recommend in your pillowcase and try to keep them on top of your candy to prevent them from breaking open. Again, if there are any loose parts to your costume, make sure they're secure or bring more of them. When you see a house with people who aren't home and just left the candy out with that little sign that says, "Please take one," take the whole friggin' thing and the bowl. The candy's in. If there's a stand the bowl's on that you could easily take it and give it to someone else. Someone's house have a nice decoration. You like it? Take it. Glow sticks look cool at night and will prevent you from having to worry about any cars, but they just give away your location. You're smart enough not to cross when you hear a car coming anyway. Glow sticks are for dumb kids who should get hit by cars anyway to aid the evolution of the human race. Conserve your ammo. Use your canisters or whatever you're using sparingly. If someone pisses you off, but not enough to be worthy of using your ammo on them, then think up ways to piss them off, like putting their decorations in naughty positions, or taking their porch light bulbs and smashing them. Make sure you use them. You don't want to go on waste and wait. God damn it. You don't want them going to waste and then waiting till next year. It's also best to use them at night when the lighting's not good. And last but not least, go to an area that you don't know very well. Make sure to bring a friend with a good map memory so you don't get lost. Adventure rules. And there's adventure when you're in an area you don't know about. I think adventure might be the best part of trick-or-treating, next to the free candy, of course. Oh, and one more very important part of trick-or-treating. You must be ruthless. If you care too much about some little kid to steal his candy, you shouldn't be trick-or-treating. That kid wasn't going to get a whole lot of candy anyway, but you're shooting for a shitload. Also, don't consider the feelings of people who pissed you off. They deserve your wrath. And that about wraps things up. Trick-or-treating rules. I don't know how 13-year-olds can say, "I'm too old for that shit." Your loss. You'd rather go to a party and wake up with a hangover and a couple of STDs than piss off some people and get about 20 pounds of candy? TV engine. Find spelling or grammar errors. Have some fun Halloween revenge pranks. IM me on AIM. Rattlesnake IBKTR. Well, there you go, folks. Now you're fully This was a young Thane Riddle in the making, probably around 25 years ago. I don't really know when this was published. That's as good a guess as any. Thane Riddle in the making. Maybe it was me. You'll never know. Kind of sounds like me, doesn't it? We should republish those via LuaPub. I mean, yeah, all we got to do is go on Tatsi. You know, there's Tatsi archives and mirrors. We could do a selection.